on, guys? All right, I've got Dev Sani in the studio, so why not have a bit of fun with him as well? I've asked him, and this is very lastminute.com. I said to Dev, do you by any chance have a list of your 10 favourite fighters from the UK? And he said, I can put it together. So this is a list of our 10 favourite fighters. This isn't the 10 best. This isn't who's had more championship defences, who's won more belts. It's the fighters that we have grown up watching and like and appreciate. So are you ready to do this?
Yeah, people are going to hate this. These are just all Queensbury fighters, active.
Is that what it is?
Queensbury,
Okay,
no,
yeah,
they're not really.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
really, no.
Cat J and Nick Ball in there. Okay, cool. All right, so 10 to 1. Do you want to go first or should I go first? Number 10.
I'll go first.
Go on.
Number 10, Nick Ball.
Nick
now
Ball.
you're going to be like, oh, Queensbury. He's so good though, isn't he?
He's so
Come
excited,
on.
no.
Do you not love watching Nick Ball?
Yeah. In terms of value for money,
yeah,
there aren't that many better value for money fighters fighting today in this country.
100%. Pocket rocket, and he's always in good fights. He's been on this spell. I think it's like 5 world title fights in 17 months, something mental like that. And they're all action fights. And if you like Mike Tyson, shrink him down, give him a little Scouse accent, stick him in Liverpool.
Yeah, shrink him down a lot.
Shrink him down. Yeah. I think he's 5 foot. I mean, I love
5'5" Nick Ball, 5'6" at the best. Oh, you think smaller?
I'm around 5'6",
Yeah,
right? and I love being photographed with Nick Ball.
Okay.
That's what I'll say there. But I think he's one of the most exciting fighters in the world. He's must watch, and he is my number 10.
All right, okay. So my number 10 is a guy a few years before Nick Ball, Special K Kelbrook.
Oh yes,
Like, dude, I used to like the ring walk, everything, the music, all of the lights. There was a time, and look, obviously he became IBF welterweight champion, but there's a time when I thought he could have mixed it with all of the Americans. If he was a bit more, I don't want to say serious because I don't know what he was like outside the ring, but there was a time when I thought he could have mixed it with Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, maybe got a shot of Pacquiao, maybe even got a shot of Floyd. Terence Crawford earlier, right, when he fought Terence. But yeah, he's my number 10. Just the balls on him to fight Gennady Golovkin. Yeah. When Gennady Golovkin was avoided, and Kel's like, fuck it, I'll jump up to 160.
He was doing well in the fight. He was doing well in the fight, you know, as much as maybe Golovkin was letting him do well. But it was, I'm a big fan. He hasn't made my top 10.
That's fine. That's all right. That's all right. He was with Frank was he with Frank early?
Yeah, early doors, yeah.
Early
I think
doors.
Frank had him and Khan at one point. He started that build.
Could have happened, should have happened. All right, you're number 9.
My number 9 is Daniel Dubois. So it's Queensbury again. But this is, look, I think that. No. How many more have I got? He is. I think he's one of the most exciting fighters in the world. Again, he's either going to knock someone out or get knocked out. That's kind of what we've learned now with Daniel Dubois. He tends to do the knocking out that the win over AJ. I know. Sorry.
That's all right.
Ade, I'm sorry. I know he's your guy.
Dude, honestly.
I know you had to interview Dubois afterwards going like, why'd you knock out AJ?
Yeah, basically. And he just screamed, oh, you're not entertained. And I was like, kind of was entertained. Even in the defeat to Usyk, I remember like being ringside thinking, anything can happen here, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, Usyk was just outworldly good. But I think Dubois is one of the most exciting fighters today. It doesn't make my 10.
No.
Because I got some heavyweights on this 10, but he's in there. All right, my number 9. Yeah, so David Haye. The Haymaker is my number 9. I mean, growing up, I thought this guy was going to be just everything. I mean, the fights with Chisora where they had to put a bloody iron gate between them at Upton Park. I mean, the calling out of Vlad didn't work out. Even the fight with Chisora in Dusseldorf.
Yeah.
I mean, Enzo Maccarinelli, I can go on and on and on. I love David Haye. And I almost think he was one of the first boxers of that era to cross over. He had Haymaker Promotions before anyone had a promotional company. I was like, what's he doing? You're not supposed to do that. Yeah, love him. Love him.
I'll be coming back to him.
Oi, finally. All right, go on then. You're number 8.
Carl Froch.
Oh, good shout.
And I remember staying up to watch his fight with Jermaine Taylor and watching it on a laptop because there was it wasn't televised live. I think they had a delayed one on ITV4 or something a few days later, something like that. It was still that weird pre-Box Nation, pre-DAZN kind of era. And I just really wanted him to beat Jermaine Taylor. And when he knocked him out in the last round, I was jumping up, and that was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm so excited, just in my bed in my parents' house. I loved it. And he was just a balls to the wall sort of all action fighter, got a good aura about him. And the run that he went on as well of super middleweight world champions. Fantastic. So big fan.
Incredible. My number 8 is Joe Calzaghe. Could be higher, probably should be higher. But this is more, again, this is not for achievements, people. This is just a case of people you liked watching. And that run of like just the Kessler, but it's the Jeff Lacey fight. Because Jeff Lacey came over here to bash him up. Because Jeff Lacey was like the next Mike Tyson, right? And the way in which he bashed up Jeff Lacey, and then obviously the American things just to kind of round out the career, Hopkins, Roy Jones Jr. And the story of just him and his dad in this almost dungeon in Wells, when now all gyms are so high tech and they're all just like they had 2 bags, a ring, and just a couple of skipping ropes, and they just became probably the greatest British boxer we've ever seen.
His dad was a musician. He wasn't a boxing trainer. I think he like played the drums or something like that.
Incredible.
But wow. Yeah.
Incredible. All right, go on. Your number 7?
David Haye. Big fan of the Haymaker. I just watching him growing up, I always just thought he was the coolest man in the world. I just thought he was fantastic. All the build up to the Audley Harrison fight, he said some things which were largely unsavoury, but fucking hilarious at the same time. Some of the things that he was saying, no, if someone tried to burgle your house, will you just go let it happen, or you're going to beat them up, you're going to stomp on their head? And
I remember that.
I thought he was so cool.
And he said this on the ITV News.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a YouTuber. It wasn't saying it to Coogan.
No.
It was to ITV News.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
and the one with the build up to the Bellew fight, he was live on Sky as well, and they asked him to say something. He goes, Bellew, you're a bell end. And there's like, no, you can't say that. Apologise for the language. He's great. He's
fantastic. My number 7, it's weird because it was his nemesis, then turned to be his manager. Now they're best friends, Derek Chisora. There's so much I could say about Chisora, but time is against us. I think he is just sensational. For a man to have double-digit defeats, yet still sell pay-per-views, still sell bombs on seats, still be a factor. Like Chisora could fight for a world title. I know that sounds mad, but if Usyk, and many people think he will, relinquish the IBF, Chisora is in line to fight for a title.
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Like the press conferences, he does anything. The face-offs, he does anything. He is so value for money, it's insane. So Chisora is my number 7.
Yeah, great talker as well, great fighter. You just know what you're going to get with him as well. And just, when he does leave the sport and his next fight's meant to be his last one, a part of British boxing will die forever.
100%. 100%. All right, go on. What's your number 6?
After that, Lennox Lewis.
Ooh.
Look, he's again, this isn't based on best. This is just favourite. So I just think it's great that he has beaten every man that he has faced via way of rematch. I think that's tremendous. Undisputed, the last one before Alexander Usyk. He's Britain's last undisputed world heavyweight champion, and I've got to actually meet him a few times now. So there's a real regal energy about him. And then when you watch his highlights and stuff, you just know he was the boy.
It's funny because I've met him recently as well. I think Dubois AJ, he worked with us in the studio, and he's so nice and calm. And then you watch his tapes and realize this guy was a killer.
Yeah.
This guy was a killer, like it's frightening. All right, my number 6, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. Everything you just said about when Chisora goes and it's done, British boxing's going to, I'm telling you now, British boxing's going to miss Tyson Fury.
Big time.
There's nobody that entertains me more in the ring, out the ring, than Tyson Fury does presently. Like we both interview fighters, and I'm telling you now, sometimes I fall asleep. Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, is just sensational.
Yeah.
Doesn't even look the part. Do you know what I mean? He's got like a tire around his belly. Oh, I could go on and on and on. Obviously, he's your fucking favourite person in the world.
Yeah, he's number 1, he's 1A, he's 1B, 1C. Yeah.
I think he's just incredible and has done so much for British boxing. And there'll be some saying he should be high. You may be right, but he's my number 6. All right, your number 5.
My number 5, Joe Calzaghe. So he's appeared in your list earlier. Again, I from the sort of Jeff Lacey fight onwards, I was mesmerised by what he did against Jeff Lacey, the fact that this was the next Mike Tyson coming over, and he just dealt with him, and he dealt with him on like primetime ITV, which is quite cool when you think of it. It was beautiful. And then onwards from that, the Bernard Hopkins fight, Kessler before that, but the Hopkins fight in particular, because there was this whole feeling that Joe Calzaghe can't go over to the States. Yeah. They're all the good ones over there. Joe just stays at home and he beats up these European bums. No, he will go over to the States and he will beat Bernard Hopkins, who went on to beat Kelly Pavlik, become the oldest world champion all later on in his career. that win is so good.
So underrated now, actually, when you say it like that as well. My number 5 is the great Lennox Lewis. Again, we kind of don't need to go into it because we have, but Lennox Lewis, sensational. And it's a shame we didn't get the Riddick Bowe fight. But Lennox Lewis, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. I've met him, one of the nicest people of all time. So he's my number 5. Your number 4
is Prince Nassim Hamed.
Ooh, this is such a good list.
Oh, mate, 21 years old against Steve Robinson. Are you sure? You seen what he's doing? He's dancing. He's just moving about. I know it's a lot of people don't like the way he treated Steve Robinson in that fight, and it wasn't like nice the way he treated him, but he dealt with him, and that's 21 years old. Like we're talking about Moses Atama. Moses is going to be 21 very, very soon. This is the ilk. That's when he became world champion, Prince Nassim Hamed, going over to the States, that war with Kevin Kelly, the magic carpets, the entrances, he just had it all.
Everything. My number 4 is Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
I think...
4?
4, yeah, because the other 3 above him are just sensational for me. He changed British boxing for me. Like, he got to a point with AJ where he just brought a completely different audience. Like mums, people that had no interest in the sport were like, obviously he's a good-looking kid. AJ made stadiums normal. Like, selling at arenas is hard. We know this. This guy sold out stadiums. There was a time he went back to back to back to back. I think it might have been Klitschko to Parker. No, Klitschko to Takam to Parker to Povetkin.
Yeah,
sold out. I'm like, that's not normal to do.
He did make it normal.
Made it normal.
You're
He made it normal.
right. No.
All right, go on then quickly. Number 3.
Number 3, Amir Khan.
Ooh, yeah.
Big fan. Like, and just being like we're like the same age, and I remember us coming through together. But I remember like watching him win the silver medal at the Olympics. But the key moment for me was again that Maidana fight, 2010. I'm staying up late. I'm watching it. I'm watching him drop Maidana with the body shot. Maidana's this killer. Khan's got a fragile chin. Of course, Maidana's going to knock out Amir Khan. And I'm so with him in those moments. And he done it. And he beat him. And it's such an underrated, brilliant win.
Yeah, he should be on my list. He's not.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Carl Froch. Just incredible.
Yeah.
I think people look at Carl now and obviously the YouTube and he's turned into a bit of a character. Forget all that shit. Carl's run, there might not be a better run in British boxing history. Carl literally would fight anybody and most times beat anybody. And I mean, that Lucien Boutte win, when Lucien Boutte wasn't in the Super 6 and no one knew what Boutte was about and Carl's career is on the line. He just lost to Andre Ward. You can't lose again. Bashed up Boutte to become IBF champion. The George Groves fight, Wembley, knocks him out. The punch from the gods. Nah. Carl could be my number 1. That's how high I'm on Carl. All right, time. Go on quickly. 2.
2, Tyson Fury.
Who's going to be your number 1? I am fascinated.
2, Tyson Fury. Look, just love the guy. He's given me so many brilliant interviews over the years. That's a separate thing. Like there's his Wilder 3 ring walk, his Dillian White ring walk. I'm there at the back, sort of holding my phone and filming it. Like just amazing memories that I'll take to the grave with me. Like, and yeah, obviously a great fighter. And I think he could still come back and become the world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
I feel like that's in his future. So let's see.
Okay, my number 2 is Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer.
Nice.
I think maybe because of my age, I grew up understanding boxing or watching boxing when it was on ITV, 1990s, and Ben was like the most scariest man walking planet Earth. Just the name, the Dark Destroyer, you almost felt like if you saw this guy down a dark alley, you're done. Because he had no...
Forget about it.
Yeah, and it's weird because Conor fights like him. It's just there's no fear. Like he isn't boxing beautiful. He's just, I'm going to wreck you. I'm going to destroy you. And he could be number 1, but number 1 is number 1. Who is your number 1?
It's Ricky Hatton. The late, great Ricky Hatton, because it was him that really drew me into boxing. It was watching him knock out Jose Luis Castillo with a body shot. For some reason, I wasn't even a massive boxing fan, just sort of stumbled upon it. And then in his post-fight interview, he said, you saw more entertainment in those 4 rounds than you have in Floyd Mayweather's whole career. Yeah. I was like, what a line that is. Who's Floyd Mayweather? Let me look all of this up. And he just drew me in. And I just, if I hadn't seen him knock out Castillo, I wouldn't be here today talking to you.
Okay, that's good. My number 1, and he will always be number 1, and nothing will even get close to him, Prince Nassim Hamed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like, Muhammad Ali was before my time, obviously. In terms of my lifetime, someone that can talk, someone that can just control a room, someone that ultimately is only 5'3", 5'4", but almost had the presence of a man that was 7 foot tall, the flip over the ropes, the in-ring interviews. Everything about Prince Nassim Hamid. I think I nearly cried when he lost to Barrera. And then I remember thinking, you're only 28, it's fine, you can. And then he just fell out of love with it. There was a time when he was 37 or 38, and I thought, you can still do this.
There's still time.
There was still time. And then I saw him ringside and I was like, there's no time. But Prince Nassim Hamid for me is just, he did an advert for Adidas where it's like some guy with dreads was like, he's coming, he's here. And he got on a boat and took the ferry as you do to America. But he done his flip over the boat onto American soil.
Wow.
And it's like, he's here. No one's got a bloody trainer advert anymore for that. That was for footballers, sorry. I think he's just the greatest. All right, guys, time is against us. We've gone over time. Thank you so much to everyone. Look, top 10 favourite fighters of all time. Remember, not best. That was top 10 favourites, and I thought that was a fantastic list.
I enjoyed it.
He didn't have AJ on his list.
What? No.
I had Fury on mine. He didn't have AJ on his. Kind of shows what kind of guy Dev is, I think.
I actually missed that. I missed that.
No,
AJ
sure,
Chisora White.
Embarrassing.
He was number 11.
Not a surprise. We're not surprised, are we, people? But guys, get your list in as well, and we'll see you on the next one.